I'm Jennifer. I'm going to guide you today through a sequence to help open up our hips and strengthen our core. So in yoga, we often talk about how we carry our fears in our hips. And the reason being is that when we're feeling scared, we tend to curl up into a ball or we want to run away. So both those things can create tightness in our hips. So we'll focus on stretching them out, releasing some fears, and at the same time building some strength in our core to help support us in the poses. So let's go ahead and start in downward facing dog. We'll come onto our hands and knees. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. And just start to pedal out the feet a little bit. See if you can tune in into any points of tension. Maybe move around a tiny bit, see if you can release that tension. And then find some stillness in the pose and focus in on your breath. So breathing in and out through the nose, a nice smooth, even rhythm. Good, just take 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and raise the right leg up and back as we inhale. So stretch it all the way up. And then exhale, draw your knee to your chest, pausing here in sort of a plank, but knee to chest. And then stepping the right foot between the hands. So making sure your feet are not lined up, more like you're on skis. And we're going to slowly come up into a high lunge. Let's inhale. Exhale, let's bend the back knee slightly and just tuck the tailbone a little bit so we're not overarching. And then stay nice and low and extend your left heel back a little bit more. Inhale, lift your gaze up towards the sky. And we'll exhale, we're going to cactus the arms out to the sides. You're bending your elbows, creating like a 90-degree angle in each arm. You can stay here. Or if you want to add a slight back bend, you're really just lifting in the heart and then arching back slightly. But we really should be feeling this in the left hip, not a crunching in the low back. If you're feeling it in the low back, let's come out of it a little bit. And then let's inhale, we'll all come up. And exhale, warrior 3. So shift the weight onto the right foot and lift the left leg behind you. We can keep the arms in that cactus shape. We're going to bring the left knee out to the left side, then draw your knees together and stretch your left leg back behind you again. So just making circles with your left leg. Same thing, stretch it straight back. And then from here, we'll come into half moon pose, lowering the right hand down and stretching the left arm straight up. Let's either point the left toes or flex the left foot. Yeah, and try to stack your left shoulder on top of your right. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, step to warrior 2, so bend your right knee. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. You might need to wiggle your feet around a little to find the right stance. We want to have the right knee over the right ankle. Left leg nice and long. Let's lower the hips a little deeper, get into that scary spot, and then breathe through it. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Left hand's going to slide down the left leg and the right arm comes up and back. They're like a dancing warrior, stretching back. And then inhale, straighten your right leg. Trikonasana triangle, pull your right hip back. As you stretch out to the right side, lower your right hand down and your left arm up to the sky. So you can have the back of your hand on your sort of inner ankle, or if it feels good to put fingertips on the ground or on a block. Or you might be a little higher up in the pose, that's okay too. But really trying to pull your hip back so you create a long right side of the body. And then really lifting the left hip up and open, so creating a little space there in the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, lower your left hand down to the ground. So we're going to shift the hips for a revolved triangle. So let's step the left foot just a little closer so that we can square off our hips, meaning we draw the right hip back and the sacrum's a little bit more flat, less having one hip higher than the other. If you want to use a block, you can put the block on the outside of your foot. Otherwise, let's place the left hand on the outside of the right foot. We'll place the right hand on the low back just to see how that's feeling. Maybe you want to stay there or extend your right arm straight up for a revolved triangle. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale, just look down, bend your right knee, move your left hand forwards a little. We're going to lift the left leg up for a revolved half moon. So the right arm is still extended to the sky. We've got the left leg lifted behind us. Left hand either on the floor or on a block. And as an option, you could try bending your back knee, reaching for your foot, and just drawing your foot close to your buttock, lifting the knee and getting that nice quad stretch. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left knee behind your right knee. We're going to sit down for a seated spinal twist. Make sure you're not sitting on your foot. Move it to the side a little. Inhale, raise your left arm up. Exhale, we'll twist to the right. Maybe hook your elbow behind your knee. And then gaze back over your right shoulder. And if you're not able to get around the knee, just you can hold on to the knee. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, a little deeper still. One more, inhale. And exhale. Let's come back to the center, inhale. And then we can exhale, de-rotate to the left side a little bit. Okay, a figure four stretch. This is a nice hip stretch. So place your left foot on the ground. And from here, you want to try not to round your back, but instead lift your chest like you're tilting your pelvis forwards. So first variation, we could just stay there. If it feels good to do a little bit of movement with the legs side to side, you can. Second variation, we're going to go into ankle to knee. So you're just lowering your right knee towards your left ankle and keeping your right ankle on top of your left knee, okay? You can do a little self-assist, rolling the thighs back, inhale. And if you have a little more space to move into this pose, you can start to fold forwards. Yeah, and maybe hold the feet with the arms. Breathe there, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, maybe we can visualize releasing some of those fears from our hips. One more inhale. And exhale. And then let's sit ourselves back up, coming into Navasana. So drawing the knees together, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest, maybe extending the arms if we can, or maybe even extending the legs as well. Inhale here. Exhale, we'll lower to like a low boat. So just lowering the heels to hover, the shoulders as well, and then we can come back up into our boat pose, Navasana, and then extend into our low boat, and then back up one more time. Let's lower and come back up, cross the ankles. Let's roll over them. We'll step back into plank pose, lower down Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, inhale, and downward facing dog, exhale. Let's do the same sequence on the other side. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your chest, come into a plank pose, and then step your left foot between your hands. So making sure the feet are not lined up. We're gonna rise up into our high lunge. And let's do the same thing. We'll bend the right knee a little. We're gonna draw the belly in slightly, draw the tailbone down, stay nice and low,
and then extend that right leg straight back. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, cactus the arms out to the sides. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, adding just a slight back bend. So we get a little bit of a deeper stretch in the heart, in the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back up. Let's move the weight over the left foot, and we'll lift the right leg for our warrior 3, hanging out here, and then adding that hip movement. So right knee to the right side, knees together, and right leg comes back. Stretch it to the right side, together, and back. Let's lower the left hand down. We'll stretch the right arm up for Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon pose. Breathing here, trying to stack the right hip on top of the left, right shoulder on top of left, and then let's really extend that back leg. Breathe in, breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale, look down to step back into our warrior 2. So we'll just adjust our feet a little, we'll line them up. Extend the arms over the legs. Breathe in. And breathe out, lower the hips a little bit deeper. Get into that scary spot and breathe through it. Might feel a little bit of shaking going on, that's okay. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's slide the right hand down, reach the left arm up and back for our sort of dancing warrior, reverse warrior, and then extend the left leg, inhale. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, stretch out to the left side, left hand comes down to the block, floor, or the ankle, and the right arm stretches up. Let's do our best not to lean on our left arm, but instead continue to hold ourselves up using our core muscles. And continue to roll the right hip back, getting those hip openers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Let's lower the right hand down. So like we're doing pyramid pose, moving the right foot forward a little, adjusting the hips. But instead of going into pyramid, we're going to go into our revolved triangle. So let's bring the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Let's bring the left hand to the low back and just make sure our hips are somewhat squared off. Stay there, or raise the left arm straight up. Breathe in. Breathe out. You feel a nice stretch along the IT band. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. So it's good to look down to help you with balance. Bend your left knee, move your right hand forwards, and lift your right leg up. So you're in a revolved half moon, revolved Ardha Chandrasana. And you can stay there with the left arm lifted, right hand on the ground, or as an option, you might try bending your back knee. See if you can grab hold of your foot and just gently hugging your heel in, still gazing to the left side. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, seated spinal twist, so right knee goes behind the left knee. We sit ourselves down, making sure we're not sitting on our foot. Raise the right arm up, inhale. Exhale, hook your elbow behind your knee, or maybe just grabbing the knee. Left hand behind. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Again, inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the top of the head up. Exhale, twist. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to the center. And exhale, de-rotate to the right side a little bit. And then let's come back to center for our figure 4. So we just put our hands behind us as we move the right foot out in front of us. And again, try not to slouch back, but instead lifting your chest up. Maybe turn your hands around, that helps. Yeah, or if we're going into our double pigeon pose, we keep the ankle right on top of the knee, and then the knee right on top of the ankle. So try not to let them slide in. Instead, it's right on top. Inhale, roll your thighs back, sit up tall. Exhale, folding forwards gently. And if one knee is sitting up really high, you could fill that space with a block or with a cushion so that you have something to sort of rest into. If you're folding forwards, it's kind of nice to sort of grab your feet with your elbows. And breathe in, breathe out. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Visualize again, releasing some fears, letting something go. Slowly come back up to seated. Let's unravel, come into Navasana boat pose again. So drawing the knees in, lifting the feet up. So roll the shoulders back, lift your chest. Extend the arms if you can, maybe the legs as well. Inhale. Exhale, low boat. So we're lowering just to hover and maybe a little shaky there. And then coming back up. Inhale and exhale. Extend. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Extend. Let's come back up. Cross the ankles opposite way you did last time. Roll over them. Step back into plank pose. Moving through your flow. Chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing dog pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees and come into child's pose. We'll slowly roll ourselves up to seated and come back to comfortable seated position, closing your eyes for a moment. Noticing any differences from the beginning of our practice to afterwards, after doing this short sequence. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more space in the hips and a little stronger in your core. So let me know how you feel and leave me any comments below and any suggestions, ideas of sequences you'd like to see more of. Namaste.